So as you're coming in and getting set up, I welcome you very much to Friday's class, our official day 7. 1 week of our 30 days of community yoga, in which we meet here every morning on our mats for a variety of different kinds of classes to kind of keep some variety in our life. Right now, everything is feeling a little bit of Groundhog Day-y, and getting to plan these classes for me is actually really fun, because having a theme to go along with, I get to do a little bit of research and get to refresh myself with what I love about these aspects that I've chosen to bring in throughout these 30 days. So as you're coming in and getting settled, make sure that you have your blanket to sit on. We're going to move through the first part of class so that we can get really stretched and open. And then we're going to come to sit in or stand and sit in various poses while chanting mantra, a single sound throughout the whole 7 chakra system. And I chose to start this first mantra and meditation class, our first Friday here, because this is a little bit of a specialized class. This isn't really something that I would bring into a weekly class, just to like the Wednesday evening 5:30 class. I wouldn't typically do this, but today, this morning, we have a theme of ether, and ether going along with air. I love the explanation of sound with ether. When we breathe, we bring in that air, but the sound of the air coming in, that's that ether, that intangible something that's always around us and part of us and in us that we don't really pay any attention to. So we're going to pay some attention to that today. But first, we'll move through a stretching practice, modifying as we need to. Let's start off right here in easy pose. Just lift tall. Notice your posture, let your eyes close. And for about 5 breaths, take some big, exaggerated belly inhales, maybe even through the mouth. And sigh it out. Everyone is muted today, so other than the people in your house hearing you chanting, no one else will be able to hear you. And shout out to my elementary school and middle school teacher, Mr. Craig. Here, it'll be fun for me in my solo career here as I chant for us for the 7 chakras meditation that we'll do at the end of class. But for now, eyes closed as you sit in easy pose. Notice your base. Notice your foundation, and take a few more of those open belly inhales and open mouth exhales. Listening to the sound, feeling tension leave from the belly, from the gut. And let's do a seated practice here, a seated vinyasa, if you will. Vinyasa means to place in a special way. So we're going to move with our breath and place our body in a special way to open up through our spine this beautiful Friday morning. Bring your arms out to the sides, palms pressed up. As you inhale, reach up, stretch up, look up, open up. As you exhale, start to reach forward, bring your hands to the earth and walk out as far as you can, just to where it's comfortable. Inhale, come up, reach up, lift up, look up. Hands back behind you. As you exhale, palms press in, heart lifts. Inhale, reach up, come back to that neutral spine, long arms looking up. Right hand to the earth, stretch over, exhale, look up. Inhale, back to center, stretching the spine. And left hand to the earth, stretch over and breathe. Inhale, reach up, arms stretch. We're twisting now to the right. Exhale, left hand to the knee as you twist the body right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist left. Come back to center, reach the arms up. Bring your hands to your heart, connect to this place of gratitude, this place of self-care and community. Leaning back, bring the legs out, change the cross of the legs, come back to easy pose, and we'll go through those 6 breaths and 6 movements of the spine. Again, arms come out to your side, palms press up. So it's 6 breaths and the 6 movements of the spine. As you inhale, you're reaching up, extending, lengthening, looking up. As you exhale, from the hips, fold forward, hands to the earth, and you walk out as far as you can, lengthen. Inhale, come back up, use your root, use the sit bones to help you lift as you inhale. And reach back, exhale, and lift the heart. Little back bend here. Inhale, back to center, using your core to hold you strong, and lateral stretch, right hand down, left arm reaches, eyes up. With the breath, inhale, listen. And exhale, left hand down, stretch. Twist it out, inhale, come up, we'll twist right. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, twist left. Back to center, reach the arms up. Inhale, pause the breath. Really squeeze everything from bottom to top. Look up. Hands to your heart. Very happy Friday. I'm grateful to be here with all of you. Let's move into a downward facing dog. Just 5 breaths. Let's move into that wrists and arms to begin with. Just kind of have the legs along for the ride. Blanket out of your way for now. You can even bend into the knees quite a bit and just move into the hands, the wrists, the shoulders, maybe even bend into the elbows a little bit. Take a deep belly inhale and an open mouth exhale. Step forward, forward fold. Half lift. Fold in. Let's do 2 more like that. Inhale to a half lift, lengthen. Knees can bend softly as you exhale, open to the spine, the backs of the legs. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Listen to the sound of your breath, inhale. And exhale. We'll come all the way up this time, reach. Pull your hands to your heart. Listen to that exhale. 2 slow rounds of breath here. Press into the feet, lift up through the crown of the head, shoulders relax. And then left palm presses to the chest and right palm presses on top. Really press into the chest. And here in mountain pose, we're going to take the sound of 3 ohms. Just as we do at the end of class, but we're going to bring that into the start of class. And just surrounding ourselves with that sound of warmth, that sound of love, that sound of possibility. Take a slow, and as we're vibrating, And as you're vibrating your voice out into the universe, I want you to feel those vibrations in your throat, in your heart, in your chest. Slow inhale. Hands relax to your sides. Feet pressing in. We'll move into some half salutes on our way to some Surya A. Warming up through the body, waking us up. Fun fact about yoga, the movement part of yoga, the asana part that we practice here on our mat, is a very small part of what yoga actually is, and part of this asana practice is just to be able to get our body strong enough and stretchy enough to sit in meditation. And so let's do that. Feet hip distance if you'd like, tailbone pressing down toward the earth. Socks come off, layers come off. We're gonna move here in our sun salutes. Pressing down into the feet, reaching out through the crown of the head. And just for our half salutes, I'd like to bring the sound of Om into the exhale. So if you'd like at home, feel free to join along, otherwise just listen. But I really do invite you to join along. Listening to someone sing is lovely, but adding your voice and adding your vibrations is very healing. It's very opening. So pressing into the feet, listen to the sound of the inhale as you reach the arms up, and we'll hold forward with the sound of Om as we exhale. Om. Inhale, listen to the sound of your breath. Fold in. Om. Rise with joy. Inhale, stretch the body. Hands to your heart. Om. Two more just like that. Inhale, reach, listen. Exhale. Om. Half lift. Om. All the way up. Hands to your heart. Om. One more. Inhale. Om. Om. All the way up. Om. Take a breath. Let it out. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Step back to downward facing dog. And then right forward, plank pose. Inhale here. Knees come down, lower belly and heart to the earth. Lift your heart. Press back to child's pose. Stretch the arms. Press the fingers into the earth as though you're gripping the mat. Feel that little stretch, that strengthening in the hands. And then relax. Take two more breaths, listening to the sound of the inhale. The sound of the exhale, if that Om feels good to you and you want to continue it with the exhales, I really do encourage it. And coming up and into 5 breaths, downward facing dog. Feel a sense of steadiness in the body and listen to the breath. Really inhale into the belly. Enjoy this flush that you're giving the body. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step up, find the fold. Half lift. Fold in, listen to your breath. All the way up, rise with joy, sound of Om as you bring your hands to your heart. Om. Take a breath. Let it out. And again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold in. Feel steadiness here, really soften. Half lift. Step back, downward dog. Inhale, rock forward, plank pose. As you exhale, knees come down, then lower chest and belly to the earth. Lift your heart, cobra pose. Child's pose, press back, 5 breaths. Press the fingers into the earth, feel that gripping as the elbows lift up. Just feel that stretch through the shoulders, forehead pressing to the earth if that's manageable for you. Otherwise, you might look a little bit more up like this. That's okay, still find your stretch. Hands flatten down to the earth. And coming up, downward facing dog. Concentrate on your breathing here. Just allowing this moment of refresh for the body. Inhale, knees bend, look forward. Exhale, step up, forward fold. Half lift. And fold. Rise with joy, inhale, exhale the sound of Om, bring the hands to the heart. Om. Take an inhale. Exhale. Keep your palms pressing together. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up and pause here. Press into the feet, shoulders relax even as the fingers reach up. Tailbone presses down toward the earth, lift up through the heart. Feel this posture, perfect position. 2 more breaths. Feet pressing in, fingers reaching up, heart opening. Core engages, legs are firm, start to fold forward, the palms stay pressing together. Hold yourself safe here. Fold in. Hands can come to the shins. 5 breaths here in a forward fold. If you're very open in the hamstrings, you can bring a reverse ragdoll in where you wrap those hands behind the legs. My hamstrings are not quite open for that today. 2 more breaths. Feel steadiness in the legs, power in your foundation. Half lift, inhale, hands to the shins, really lengthen out through the crown of the head from the tailbone. 5 breaths here. If eyes are open, you're looking passively down at the earth. If eyes are closed, feel this sense of steadiness. Inhale. Exhale, fold in, step back, downward facing dog. From downward dog, inhale, plank pose. We're going to take 5 breaths here if you'd like. Knees can come down, find support, no strain in the shoulders. Calm in the breath. If eyes are open, you're looking straight down at the mat. Shoulder blades are pressing slightly away from each other. Arms are active, hands are active. Hips and shoulders in line with each other, and use those legs. Firm the thighs up toward the ceiling. Take another breath. Let it out. Inhale. Knees down. Slowly lower all the way to the earth, elbows hugging in. Tops of the feet to the earth. Lengthen through the legs. Lift through the heart. The bottom ribs stay on the earth. And the feeling that the arms could come up if you need them to, but we don't. 5 breaths here. Feel the movement in the belly and the ribs. This is so good for digestion and for strengthening your breath. One more. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, press back, child's pose. 5 breaths, fingers grip the mat to keep the arms active here, just keeping that awareness, forehead pressing in if it's comfortable, otherwise being up in your child's pose as it feels good to you, just reaching, stretching, breathing. Hands flatten. Start to come up to table, then plank, and then 5 breaths, downward facing dog. Cultivating steadiness here under the hands, under the feet. As you inhale, knees bend, look forward. Exhale, step up, find your fold. Heartless. Fold it in. All the way up, press through the feet, reach through the arms. Hands to your heart, mountain pose. Feel this steadiness here. And hands come to your hips, feet hip distance. Shift the weight to the right foot, left foot steps back, coming into high lunge or warrior one. Warrior one is heel to heel alignment, both feet on the ground. And we're going to practice balancing and grounding our root chakra here. Our root chakra is represented right there at the base of the spine, and in that metaphorical 4 corners, that absolute center of us, that base, right where we begin at the root. So root chakra, very balanceable here in a strong pose like this. That right knee bent so that it's right over the ankle. Left foot reaching, arms reaching. Inhale. And exhale, feel steadiness. And for 5 breaths, we're going to inhale the arms up and we're going to exhale the sound Laaam, L-A-M, Laaam, as we pull the hands to the heart. Inhale, reach. Laaam. Feel the sound. Inhale, reach. 4 more. Laaam. Laaam. Last 2. Laaam. Last 1. Laaam. Hands stay at your heart. Step forward. Weight shifts to the left foot, right foot steps back, finding our warrior 1 or high lunge. Second side, same thing. You're pressing down, really imagining this strength, this connection. Reach the arms up. Take a nice breath. Exhale. And 5 rounds. Inhale, lengthen as much as you can. Lift the face. L-A-M, Laaam. 4 more, inhale. Laaam. 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 Last one. Laaam. Inhale, hands at your heart. Step forward, mountain pose. Hold in. Knees can bend. Step back, downward facing dog. Knees come down. We're going to come to sit in our second meditation, our sound meditation. And then toward the end of class, we'll be sitting in a more visual meditation. But we're going to take each pose or each chakra in a pose. And so that was our root pose. And now this will be our sacral pose, which is going to be a wide-legged forward fold. And that opens us up into that belt line, that hip line, right at the back of the body. Toes press up and feet are welcome to go as wide apart as you'd like. A little bit of height under the hips is very helpful if you have tight hamstrings. Little bend in the knees is also very helpful if you have tight hamstrings. And so our sound for our sacral chakra is Vaaam, V-A-M. And so as we fold into our forward fold, we're just going to take 5 breaths in stillness, vibrating the sound of Vaaam as we exhale. So inhale, press into the legs, reach into the arms, look up through the face. As you exhale, fold forward from the hips, hands come down. When you feel that resistance, it might be quite quickly. Inhale, V-A-M, Vaaam, Vaaam, Vaaam. one. Vaaam. Slowly lift up. Come to sit in a goddess pose or bound angle pose. Feet come together, lift up into the belly, into the heart, into the face. Eyes closed. Just see if you can feel that vibration right there below your belly button at your hip line. And as my teacher always says, when you want to create change in your life in a hurry, get into that solar plexus. So blanket moves out from underneath you. We're going to hold a boat pose. You can modify your boat pose as I am. You lean back, resting on those sit bones. Heels can stay on the earth. We're going to take 5 breaths. If you're able to, the heels are going to pop up. And our exhale here is the sound Raaam. R-A-M. Inhale. Raaam. Feel it right there above the belly button in the solar plexus. Inhale. Raaam. Notice if your voice starts to shake here. Inhale. Raaam. 2 more. Raaam. Raaam. Heels down, lift up, stretch the belly. Come down to our bellies, to open our hearts. For Cobra pose here, a very lovely modification for a held Cobra pose is to bring a little bit of padding underneath the hips. It almost lifts you effortlessly into a Cobra pose. You can really, I'm in face pose here. Cobra pose, coming down to the belly, hands slide back behind the shoulders, pressing into the earth, pressing the hips down and lengthening back. We're going to lift up into our best expression of Cobra pose. And 5 exhales, the sound Yaaam, Y-A-M, vibrating energy at your heart. Inhale. Yaaam. 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 Last one. Laaam. Inhale, open up. Exhale, press back, child's pose. Stretch the small of your back. And then slowly lift on up. Coming back to our mat, coming back to sit. We're going to lean back into a modified fish pose here for our throat chakra. So we have 3 more physical poses before we come to sit in a silent but guided meditation through the chakras again, holding awareness with mudra and with visualization. So right now we're doing the sound, and then we're going to bring in that visualization, that color, also part of that ether lesson that we're going through today. So coming into a modified fish pose, sit bones press in, feet press in, and then you can just lean back to your elbows, lean back to your forearms. palms press in. Try to have the elbows under the shoulders. And then always when I come into this pose, it's always interesting to me because I'll settle in right here, but you don't want to do that. You want to have this feeling that you're lifting up into the heart. The face comes back just enough so that you can create that length in the front of the throat, but no strain in the back of the neck. And our sound here at our throat is Haaam, H-A-M, Haaam. So we'll have 5 breaths here, inhaling. Haaam. 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 Last one, open up. Haaam. Inhale. Exhale, slowly come up. Coming to our third eye pose, child's pose. Forehead coming down. Now, if you are, if you can't bring forearms or forehead down to the mat in child's pose, then I invite you to, you can make a little shelf here with your hands, or maybe even you'll just kneel, bow your head and rest your forehead to your hands. We're going for that physical touch of the forehead to something. And the sound here is Sham, S-H-A-M. So, and we're going to hold that for the 5 exhales. So child's pose, 5 exhales, the sound of Sham, inhale. Sham. See if you can feel that vibration at the forehead. Sham. 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 Last one. Sham. And staying in child's pose, you're either going to bring the crown of the head to the earth, or again, you're going to rest with the hands to the crown of the head. And if you can't make this shape, you'll come up and just bring the hands to the top of the head, just lightly pressing there into the crown of the head, bringing awareness up. And our sound here, Om. So 5 exhales, the sound of Om. Really feel the vibration, feel the calmness, the clearing. Inhale. Om. Two more. Relax the arms down if you're lifted. Come to child's pose. Take a few breaths here.
Come up to lift or to sit. We're going to come to sit in easy pose or a meditative spine for you. You can kind of sit in a chair if you'd like, or stay kneeling if you'd like, or any combination thereof. We're going to come into a color visualization now with the chakras. The chakras correspond with the colors of the rainbow, and we're also going to hold mudra here at the different corresponding positions. So we had our moving practice where we warmed through our whole body, which gets all of our energy systems going, and through our sun salutations. And then we use the sound of the mantra, the seed mantra, to wake up the possibility at those chakras. We start to swirl that energy with purpose. Living your life with purpose includes just kind of doing this kind of thing every once in a while where you clear in a way that is maybe new to you. And so today, or to further our meditation now, we're going to sit in a nice tall spine, having warmed up our body, warmed up our chakras already, and we're going to sit with meditation at each chakra. So our root chakra, we're going to bring left hand underneath, right hand on top, and thumbs come to touch, and you're just reaching the arms as long as you can to kind of cup right at the base of the spine, pressing down into that metaphorical and absolute physical center of you, that root chakra. In energy healing, in yoga, we call it Sushumna Nadi line, this very absolute center where all of our chakras spin out from. And physically, between the pelvic bone, between the tailbone, and between the two sit bones, we have that very energetic and very physical center of us. So we're trying to cup there, thumbs touching, left hand under right. And we're going to breathe here and just imagine the color red. And this color red is encompassing the bottoms of your feet, your toes, the tops of your feet, your ankles. It's encompassing strength in your calves and the length in your shins. It's encompassing the knee joints themselves, this rooty red color. The lengths of your thighs into your glutes. And right there at the root, just imagining this color red growing stronger. Each breath that you're taking as we practice it going inward. If you're not a very visual person, that's okay. You don't have to have an outcome here. You're just practicing bringing awareness to your root. You're thinking of the color red, whether it's a nice earthy red, or a vibrant red, or a rainbow red, whatever red comes to mind and feels nice to you. You're just imagining a clearing, a vibrancy, a hope. Just breathing here slow and steady, and you'll silently think that seed mantra now, Laaam, L-A-M. And we'll sit at each position for about a minute of guided meditation and then a minute of stillness. So here's our minute of stillness, imagining the red becoming stronger and internally chanting L-A-M, Laaam. And gently moving the hands up now to the hip line. It's just about 2 inches up from where we were, maybe 3. Fingers are going to interlace now. If it's okay, thumbs will come to touch again. And we're going to hold awareness there at our belt line, right there at our sacral chakra, the color of orange. Beautiful orange. Whatever feels right to you, a vibrant orange, an earthy orange. Fingers interlaced, thumbs pressing together, and just imagining this cohesiveness, this clearing, this coming together of your sacral chakra, color orange. Feeling yourself going out in all directions from your belt line, a couple of inches below the belly button, a couple of inches above the tailbone, right there at your hip line. Each breath you're taking, just bringing in this freshness, and each exhale, you're clearing stagnancy and bringing a brightness, a vibrancy to your color. And we'll sit now for a moment of silent meditation, silently thinking now Vaaam, V-A-M, breathing slowly, holding awareness there at your sacral chakra. And awareness moving up to our solar plexus, our the yellow right there of the solar plexus. Hands are going to press down, fingers are going to press down, left thumb over right as you sit here in kind of an upside down gratitude hands, right there at the diaphragm, maybe a little below the diaphragm. The color is yellow, and you're imagining this vibrancy in your yellow. When we clear through our sacral or our solar plexus here, we get rid of old patterns, we get rid of old habits. It's a great one to work. I'm just imagining your yellow of your solar plexus becoming more vibrant, more clear as you inhale and exhale. And our sound here is Raaam, R-A-M, breathing slowly. And very simply, hands will move to Anjali Mudra, our very familiar gratitude arms right there at our heart, that beautiful color of green, just resting the thumbs to the sternum. This is our last one seated. We're going to come down to Shavasana for our final 3 meditations. So just hold as still as you can here. 360 degrees of a green force field going out from your heart center. Each breath you're taking, bringing in that love. Each breath you're exhaling, sending out that love, that vibrancy becoming deeper. Vibrations becoming clearer. And our sound here is Yaaam, Y-A-M. And moving as little as possible. I'm going to take this stillness and move to our backs, moving into Shavasana and our final three chakras. Roll your blanket up a little here so we can have a little neck roll, and then come down and lay down. Let's bring legs into goddess pose, just to find a stretch in the fronts of the thighs and the fronts of the hips, and then laying down so that the throat opens. Our position here for our hands is going to be Gyan Mudra, just arms at your sides, thumb and first finger touching, the pad of the thumb pressing into the side of the index finger's fingernail. And our sound here at our throat chakra is Haaam, H-A-M, that beautiful color of blue, opening up through the throat. Just imagine again that 360 degrees of clearing going on. Our throat chakra, our voice, our communication with the world, this is one that gets stuck in a hurry. It makes us swallow our words and not know what to say. So we'll breathe here, imagining that our voice is getting stronger, the blue of our throat chakra getting clearer and more vibrant. Our sound is Haaam. Breathe here. You can shift the pillow a little if you'd like, if you feel you're too open in the throat. Again, hands to Gyan Mudra, just as we were. Knees can come together as the feet move apart, just for comfort, and to switch the stretch in the hips. So hands stay the same. Gyan Mudra, and our awareness now goes up to the forehead, the third eye, right between the eyebrows. The color here is indigo, the color of midnight, that deep space indigo. It's just swirling awareness there through the third eye, but remembering again 360 degrees of amazing electromagnetic field that we're working with here. Just imagine this clearing. Your thoughts become clearer. Your mind becomes clearer. The color of midnight resting around the center of your forehead. And our sound here is Sham, S-H-A-M. Stretching out for Shavasana. Legs reach out, palms press up, just holding this open space in the hands. Toes pressing out from midline. Awareness up to the crown of your head and using the color of white or clear. I want you to imagine this opening at the crown of your head and this opening also at the palms of your hands. And our sound here is Om. The color is clear or white, this just an all-encompassing prism of magic going out through the crown of your head, becoming stronger. Your connection to the universe, your connection to everything around you. Let this become clear here, and I'll drift us into Shavasana with the sound of with the sound of 5 ohms. And I want you just to hold still here, holding awareness at your crown, letting everything clear as I chant the sound of 5 ohms, and then we'll rest for a moment. Just hold still, melt in. Return to your breath, staying absolutely still in the body. Take an inhale, hold it in, imagine red at your root, orange at your hips, yellow at your belly, green at your heart, blue at your throat, indigo at your forehead, clear at your crown, and exhale, clear it out. 2 more times. Inhale deeply, red at the root, orange at the belt line, yellow at the belly, green at the heart, blue at the throat, indigo at the forehead, clear at the crown, and exhale. Clear it out. 1 more. Red at the root, orange at the belt line, yellow at the belly, green at the heart, blue at the throat, indigo at the forehead, clear at the crown. Hug your knees to your chest, give yourself a hug. You've earned it. Roll around. And then turn to your right side. Lift up to that seated position. Eyes staying closed, keeping this feeling internal, hands at your heart, that gesture of gratitude, love, and community. And we'll join our voices one more time in the sound of 3 ohms, feeling the source of love coming toward us on the inhale and sending it back out with the sound of our voice, the sound of Om. Inhale. Om. 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 Thank you for taking the time to take care of yourselves today. Namaste.